Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Lyrical Persuasion, and today I'll be bringing you guys episode 2 of Kicking It Old School. Now, for those of you who are new to my channel and probably like, what the hell is Kicking It Old School? Kicking It Old School is basically where I will bring you guys a pastime, like whether it's an old school video game that I used to like, old school food that I used to like, something I used to eat all the time, my favorite game playing when I was growing up as a kid, anything that's like old school related. Because most of you guys know how old I am. I'm old. Let's just say that I'm old. But yeah, so I mean, sometimes I like to sit back and reminisce about the good old days when, you know, technology wasn't this great and this, you know, advanced, and when it was just simple. Back when we used to play with the back when the computers used to run off a hamster and a wheel. That type of old school. I'm just kidding. But yeah, so basically that's a little bit what Kicking It Old School is. And before I go ahead and get into Kicking It Old School, this is more of like, I don't know what you want to call it, a channel something. So it's probably like a channel update or whatever, or something like that. But not really a channel update, but I'd like to go ahead and say a couple things real quick. A couple things that I'll be, you know, moving around. So let's go ahead and get started into this because we don't have much time. I think this video is about almost 10 minutes long. So I need to go ahead and get into my Kicking It Old School. Alright, real quick, guys. Now, you know, most of you guys probably saw, you know, my video from yesterday, Date Night with Lyrical. And then it said something about the following number 2. I'm basically going to change that to just leaving it as the following, or number, or whatever we're on with the following, instead of putting date night, because that's really not date night, you know what I mean? Like, recapping it is not really date night. Date night is basically where I suggest like a certain movie, you know, a certain restaurant that I may be going to, like a date night. I may actually have like a real date, and that's probably where we're going, or something like that, you know. The date night is like movie night, you know, something that you do with your family. Like, you pick a movie out, or if you're going out to eat with your family, you pick a certain restaurant, something like that, you know what I mean? So that's what I think date night, excuse me, should be, instead of me recapping the TV show. So it's gonna be called whenever I do a following or a TV show, it's gonna be called the title of that TV show instead of date night. So we're not on episode 3 now on date night. We're back on episode 2 because I already did date night number 1, which I gave you guys a recommendation of SEAL Team 6, in which you guys should definitely go ahead and check that out. And if you haven't checked that video out, the links to that will be an annotation on the screen, and I think in the description below. I'll put that down there, and I'll put the name of the video for you guys to click on. So hopefully you guys will like that video, and make sure you leave feedback on what you guys would like to see for date night, then episode 2, date night episode 2, or the future date night episode, something like that, because I want you guys to be able to participate. I mean, a like and stuff is cool, but I really like for you guys to comment. Like, I see a couple of you guys liking my videos, and maybe 1 or 2 of you guys, maybe 3 tops, comment on my videos. I'm not saying that you have to comment on every single video that I post out, but I'm saying, like, at least comment on 1 or 2. Let me know so far how I've been doing. You can even comment on this video. Let me know how this episode was. Whatever the case may be. So, you know, like I said, all I want is for you guys to comment and like I said, let me know what you guys think of this video. Let me know how you guys feel about my channel in general. So go ahead and do that, and I really would appreciate that. Instead of, like I said, a like is cool, but I really like a comment. It lets the commentator know, or not the commentator, it lets the content creator know, you know, they're doing a pretty good job. Even though a like is saying that a little bit, but it's not really saying much, because some people could just click on your video, click a like just because they like you in general, or just because they just want to go ahead and get this video out the way and just say that, hey, I watched your video, but I really didn't. Something like that, you know what I mean? So, I mean, a comment is cool. Like I said, you know, I'm not too picky, but I really would prefer a comment over a like any day. So that's a little bit of that. And so let's go ahead and get into date night. No, whoops. Let's go ahead and kick it into Old School episode 2, in which the movie today, like I told you guys before, is going to be Love and Basketball. As you can see on the title, that's what I mean by you can see it before. So yeah, so today is going to be about Love and Basketball. Now this movie came back out. This movie came out in 2010. So real quick, like most of you guys already know how this goes. I'll read you guys a synopsis or the storyline of basically how this movie happened. So here we go. Like I said, you don't have to listen to this if you don't want to. You can click off the video. It's totally cool. Let me go ahead and get into this. Anyway, in 1981, in LA, Monica moves in next door to Quincy. They're 11 and both want to play in the NBA just like Quincy's dad. Their love-hate relationship lasts into high school, with Monica's edge and Quincy's top dog attitude separating them. Except when Quincy's parents argue and he climbs through Monica's window to sleep on the floor. As high school ends, they come together as a couple, but within a year, with both of them playing ball at USC, Quincy's relationship with his father takes an ugly turn and leads to a breakup with Monica. Some years later, their pro careers at a crossroads, they meet again. It's time for a final game of 101 with high stakes. Now, a couple of the actors real quick. that is in this movie is Shania Latham. She played in Alien vs. Predator. Omar Epps, he plays in House. So, really quick, those are the main characters. Those are the main people that you should know about. Like I said, this movie came out in 2000. This is one of my favorite movies. Most of you guys are like, I don't see how, it came out in 2000. Yeah, I was about 10 years old when this movie came out. So I really didn't remember, realize what was going on. But, I kind of did, but kind of didn't. Because, I was pure and innocent. I was 10 years old, pure and innocent, Sex wasn't on my mind when I was 10 years old, I think I didn't even have, like, girl parts back then. What I mean by girl parts is, look, lovely lady lumps, my humps, my hump, my hump, my hump. I don't think I even had those back when I was 10 years old. I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe I did. Maybe they weren't so big. Something like that. Anyways, you don't want to hear that. Sorry. I apologize. I went off talking inappropriate. I really apologize. But anyway, so like I said, this movie was pretty good, like they were saying, they were 11 years old. I remember them playing against each other. And they were end up supposed to be boyfriend and girlfriend. And they end up having to fight. They were only together for like 2 seconds. And they end up having to fight outside in the yard on the way to school. It was crazy. They was just scrapping. She ended up having a cut on her face. And her hair was all wild after her mom got her looking all nice with her little dress on and stuff. I was like, how are you going to ride your bike with a dress on? It's kind of uncomfortable because the old school bikes were old school. They're not like how these bikes are now, where it's like the boy bike has a dick bike. I don't know why they gave the boys a bike with a dick bike. Like, I call it the dick bike because the boy bike has like this long bar, and if they slip off, their dick's getting tapped. I should say penis bike. Maybe that's a little bit more appropriate. Okay, it's a penis bike. So, like, if they fall off, or they slip, and they're standing up riding the bike, and they slip, their nutsack's gonna get hit, their weenie, their penis, and the girl bike has this little dip, so it's like, dip. I was like, you should give it to the girl, because if she hits it, she's just gonna hit bone, and a little fluff. That's it. That's all. But, so her bike was like a little dip, and he had like a little thing, and I remember this one part in the movie, like, I'll never forget. It was so funny. Like, okay, they were at practice and they were in college. Like, they were talking about USC, and they were in college, and they were doing practice, and she I think she was like a fast break or whatever, and she went there for like a 3-point. I think she missed it. But the thing about it is, she left her hand. You know how when people do like a fadeaway, people how they be cocky, especially if they actually make a 3-pointer or actually make that shot. They leave their hand up in the air. They do the duck sign, what I call the duck, because their hand looks like a duck because it's like their arms bent, and then their hand is like a duck mouth. You know how you do like a puppet like that? I call it the duck. Like almost like how Colin Kaepernick, how he kisses his bicep. He goes, kiss that bicep. Kind of like a duck. That how it looks like a duck. That was it. And she did that, and the coach was like, "Hey, show me that again." And she's like, "What?" "Show me that pose that you just did. That you just did when you went up the court." And she did it. And she's like, "All right, sideline. I want you to hold that for the rest of the practice." I laughed so hard. It was so funny because like she didn't have to do it. I think she missed the shot, and she was just being cocky. So the coach was like, "Hey, you're gonna sit there. You're gonna hold that," because she wasn't being a team player. I mean, it's practice. Like, who are you trying to prove? Who are you trying to like outdo? I mean, it's practice. It's not like you're doing playing somebody, an opponent, actual opponent. You're playing against your teammates. But and there was another part in the movie real quick before this video ends. It's when they were like at a dance. Now she's so tomboyish. She plays nothing but basketball shorts. The whole 9 yards. What the boys do now, basketball lounging. I think it's cute when dudes wear basketball shorts and a t-shirt. It means that he's, comfortable with himself. He doesn't have to always dress up because I like it. Because I don't dress up all the time. I like to be comfortable. So it's cool. But anyway, so like they were at a dance, and she, like I said, she used to dress like a dude. So when they went to the dance, her sister had her in a dress because she had a date with a college guy. Being in high school, you going on a date with a college guy? Kind of cool. So she ends up going up to the dance, and Quincy's there. He's there with the most popular girl at school, if you know what I'm talking about. And so she walks in, and he's like, basically like, damn, pulling a Smokey, like, she looks good and all that because she's all dressed up and stuff. And he's like, damn, like, he never seen her before like that. And so I think that's how they become, 1-on-1, because he sees that, she could actually look good when she want to be. Like, he didn't really see that in her because he always saw her as a guy friend, you know what I mean? But they had that love for each other, and I love that about this movie, and I love that about them because they had this love that's, like, unbreakable. So hopefully you guys enjoyed episode 2, Kicking It Old School. Don't forget to comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you would like to see on the following episode. And I'll talk to you guys later. Hopefully you enjoyed.